They're your favorite cookies. Philomena made them specially.
I'm hungry.
I can see that. You want to talk about it?
Taki won't bring Tanya back. What'll happen to her baby? She's all alone. Who will take care of her?
Is that what all this is about? Darling, you mustn't worry about her. She's going to be fine. There's going to be lots and lots of people taking care of her.
Like who?
Well, like all her friends. Especially Felicia and Bobby.
Me too? Can I help?
Yes, darling, of course you can. We'll go round there whenever you like. You can go and play with Barbara Jean. Do you like that? She's going to be surrounded by love for the rest of her life, sweetheart. Does that make you feel better?
A little. But it still hurts.
Come here. Let me take your coat.
Smells like Philomena's cooking something wonderful.
Yes, she is. She's very upset about Tanya.
I expected so much. We're very, very close. I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
Yes, by all means, take my coat, but you cannot take this package. You know why? Because this is for Robin.
Oh.
What is it?
Well, to tell you the truth, I bought it for myself, but I need your help to figure out how to do it.
Do what?
How to get rich quick.
What are you talking about?
Look at this. More maddening than Monopoly, more terrible than Trivial Pursuit. It's the all-new challenging game that teaches you how to get rich quick.
We can all stand to learn that.
Yeah, now, the power moves are actually based on the tactics of the rich and powerful. Here, you take these.
I really don't feel like playing.
Well, I can hardly play it myself.
Well, you and Mom can play.
No, I'm afraid I can't play. I promised Philomena I'd help her in the kitchen.
Come on, look. It's all set up. Why not just one quick spin before dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay.
Come on. What does it say?
It says here, gold mines are worth 100 million. Hotels are worth 10 million.
Gosh, cheap at heart.
Banks are worth 50. The first person to make $1 billion wins.
It's high finance. I think I'm going to help Philomena in the kitchen.
5,000, 10, 20. That's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Too bad it's not real.
Why don't we play that game again? This time I'll let you win.
Oh, I promise I will get even with you, but not tonight. It's past your bedtime.
How come I knew you were going to say that?
Because you nearly fell asleep over your ice cream.
And if that's not proof that you're ready to go to bed, I don't know what is.
I won't be able to go to sleep. I'll just lie there thinking about Tanya.
Yeah. Come here. You probably will. You know, that's a good thing. Something to be afraid of. You know, when people that we love very, very much, when they have to leave us, well, they go to live in our minds and in our memories. That's where Tanya lives now. When you go to sleep tonight, you think about Tanya. You think about all the wonderful times you had together. And sure, you're going to miss her. But just you know that she's with you in a very, very close place, a very, very special place. Okay? Sure. Okay, good night. You sleep tight, little angel. Go on.
Okay.
I'll be in a minute. Clean your teeth. Aren't you asleep?
No. I can't.
It's very late, darling.
I know. I'm trying what Uncle Duke said, but it just makes it worse.
Duke? Duke? Listen, she's awake, and can you just talk to her?
Sure. Hey. You can't get to sleep, huh?
I'm trying what you said. It's not working.
I didn't say it would be easy, did I? It's not easy whenever you lose a very special friend.
Tanya was a friend.
I know that. Tanya was a very good friend. And when we say goodbye to someone as special as Tanya was, well, it leaves an empty space.
That scares me.
I know. You'll fill that space. Come on, you've done that before, haven't you? You just got to be patient, because it takes time. You'll meet other friends. They'll be special. They won't be the same as Tanya, but they'll be special in their own way. Because we're all special in our own way. Isn't that a great thought? Yeah? Okay. No more thinking tonight. I want you to close your eyes. Go on. And you pretend. You pretend that we're floating on a fluffy pink cloud. We're high above the world. And when we look down, we can see everything. And you know what? There aren't any spaces. All the spaces are filled up with love. It's beautiful, isn't it? Well, she's asleep at last.
Oh, good.
You look like someone who could use some sleep yourself.
Nope. All I need is you. I didn't think it was possible. But every minute, every second, I know you. I love you more and more and more and more.
My goodness. All of this just because I talked Robin into going to sleep.
Oh, you did more than that. You made her understand. Through your kindness and strength. The way you've helped me so many times.
Well, you know, I've drawn on your strength and Robin's, too.
Just think. She's asleep now. She's dreaming about all your calming, wonderful words to her.
And what about her beautiful mother?
Hmm?
What will she dream of?
This is all too wonderful now. I sometimes think I'm going to wake up and it'll all be a dream.
It's real. We're here.
Mm-hmm.
I can touch you.
You're so tender. Tender, but tough. Do you realize that is a combination very few men have? Shh, wake up.
Well, if you'd stop talking, I wouldn't.
Can I say one more thing?
Very quickly.
Oh. I've never been so happy as I am now.
I won't let anyone ever take that away. Not anyone or anything.
Cover up. I can see the headline.
Not in this paper, you don't.
Oh, come on, Ray. A series of articles on what our devoted chief of police swept under her carpet.
It's a sexist approach. Write a novel. In case that you've forgotten, we write facts.
This woman called me. We met. She sent me to the state pen.
Well, I'm sending you home.
There was an altercation between Duke Lavery and this other fella, Jonathan, from a rival mob. Angus Mackay dies.
Yesterday's news.
Chief Devane investigates, and it comes down suicide? Coupled with the fact that Chief Devane and Duke Lavery are still lovers?
Okay. Give it a shot.
I'll give it all the ammunition I can muster.
I hope you realize if you're wrong, this could blow your whole career.
Well, if I'm right, this could blow the entire Port Charles Police Department.
Place of your own, my lad. Place of your own. Morning.
Your secretary said to come right in.
Well, come in, my friend. Come in.
Who's your friend?
Well, she's as beautiful as this. Who cares?
Well, she's not exactly one of your common everyday weeds, is she?
You know something, Duke? When you're right, you're right. Let me present Miss Lady Slipper Paphiopedilum.
My goodness, it sounds like a genetic disease.
Sharp as usual.
I don't follow you.
Follow this. Found yourself a job. We came up with the capitalization.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. And now that HDI is officially launched, I can offer you that six-figure salary we hinted at. Plus your share of the right side of the ledger if we make the profit we expect.
Wow.
Which could keep us both in orchids and a few other luxuries.
Well, I cannot believe this is possible. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Well, this means, of course, that I can pay off my debts.
Easily.
And when I'm no longer in parole, Anne and I, we can get married.
Happily.
Would you be the best man?
I already am.
I see there's no argument there. May I use the telephone, please?
Of course, call anywhere you like. Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, France, Italy, Port Charles, England. Well, I think that's within our realm.
I can't wait to give Anna the good news.
Give her my love, huh?
Damn it!
What is it?
He's giving me absolutely nothing.
Well, I'll take it out on the computer.
It's about ready to drive me crazy. No additional information. It's giving me zip.
You know what they say about computers.
And I don't want to hear garbage in, garbage out, please.
No, I wasn't going to say that.
Oh.
I was just going to say that the computer never does what you want it to do.
Well, you can say that again.
But it does do what you tell it.
I've been telling this thing to do something for about a week now. It's giving me absolutely no one I can question on Tanya's death.
It's exactly my point. You have been feeding in so many conflicting descriptions, it can't possibly come up with something you can use.
I know that.
If all the witnesses had agreed that it was a brown car with a heavy-set man driving it, then maybe it would have come up with some possible suspects for you.
Which is exactly what I'm saying. It's giving me nothing because it's my fault.
Oh, Frisco, come on. Don't let your personal feelings get in the way of your work. It will never do.
This is my brother's wife we're talking about, Anna. She's dead.
I know. I feel about this the same way you do, Frisco. Yes?
State Troopers reports, Chief.
Thank you. There's nothing here.
What the hell kind of reports are these? What's your name?
Stevens.
Huh? What the hell are they teaching you at the academy these days anyway, huh? What's going on there?
Come on.
I mean, you bring in the first group of reports you get without even checking them out. You don't question
Detective
anything?
Jones, you're out of order. Are these the only reports the troopers brought in?
Yes, ma'am.
You heard what the officer said.
Sorry.
Would you please bring the reports in the moment they come in? Thank you.
Right.
Excuse me. Hello?
Great news, Anna.
Oh, hello, darling.
Listen,
Just hold on a minute, would you?
I'm going to check the APB responses.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
I know. Hi, darling.
I'm at Sean's, Anna. HDI's it's a going concern.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, they want me to run the warehouse and the shipping end of the operation. And, well, Sean is being more than generous.
That's great.
If things work out as planned, it won't be long before I can repay that 100,000. And, well, we all know what that means, don't we?
I do.
You better start practicing that phrase.
I'm thrilled.
Me too.
This is all going to work out for us, you know.
Yeah, you better believe that.
Oh, I'm so happy. There's nothing but clear sailing ahead for us.
Check the lounge, Dr. Lounge. Is this the city room? Is Mark Carlin there? He's a reporter. Oh, he's not. Do you know where he is? Police station. No message. I'm sure I'll be hearing from him soon. Thank you.
Hey, aren't you the guy caught snooping around in Chief Devane's office the other day?
I don't snoop.
Yeah, you're the guy.
Mark Carlin, Chief Devane has agreed to an interview.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Well, she's busy now.
I'll wait.
Well, it might be a long wait. Why don't you come back some other time?
Well, if it's all the same to you, officer, I've got a feeling that this particular interview will be worth the wait.
Stevens, here's the latest. Right. I want it distributed to every precinct in Port Charles as well as every state in the country. And make sure you sign it Detective Frisco Jones.
Will do. We'll get that killer.
Hello, Chief Devane.
This is Dr. Greta Ingstrom at HTI.
Good morning.
I would appreciate it if the police department would return my component. I need it for my work. Well, may I remind you that the robbery complaint was dropped when the component was found? I believe it's no longer police business.
You're quite right. Yes, your property will be returned to you today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Chief Devane.
Oh, damn, I forgot. Listen, the interview, something's come up. Can we talk later?
No problem.
Thank you very much.
Is Detective Jones coming back?
Yes, I think so. I don't know what it's like. I've heard this over and over again. Oh, just everything me. Just I don't know where I ever got the idea I could sing professionally.
Well, possibly from people who've heard you sing.
No,
Oh, come on. Everybody who comes around the club talks about how great you are.
no, I'm just talking about singing commercially.
I don't know what you mean. Do you want to take a break for 5 minutes?
Thanks, Bob.
Come here. Tell me what this commercial thing is.
I just want to succeed in this business. You know, be able to do the concerts and the recordings.
Oh, will that make you happy?
Very.
Then be happy. It's rare enough to know what will do it for you in this life. Although, I got to tell you, in a pretty selfish way, I am disappointed.
Why?
Well, the job with Sean's company's come through.
Congratulations.
Thank you, but it's going to be a lot of responsibility if things work out. But then again, if they do work out, I'll be able to marry Anne.
Oh, Duke.
Yeah. I won't be able to spend much time out here running the club. And Felicia, she's spending most of her time with Tony and the baby.
Yeah?
So I was kind of hoping I could talk you into taking over Felicia's job.
Me?
Yeah, that's what I mean about being disappointed.
Felicia's a little better at accounting than I am. But if you're willing to be patient, I'll learn.
So it's yes.
I'll be glad to try.
You don't have to give up your singing, though, you know.
Oh, no, I can just continue to sing here at night. Sure, I'll do it.
Great. I don't know how to thank you.
Well, just to know I have a small part in bringing you an honest and happiness you deserve. Thanks enough.
Morning.
Oh, I'll give you a hug.
Whoa! You are the only cop I will hug.
Well, I'm glad. How can I thank you enough?
You ain't seen nothing yet, kid. Here, now, this is for you.
For me?
You can thank me.
It's beautiful, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, Sean, you've been such a wonderful friend. You made me realize how foolish I've been about Duke.
Yeah, you should probably wear this in your
Well,
hair.
it's far too nice for that.
Hmm.
You got us back together again. And now it looks like we could perhaps get married earlier. What would we do without you, Sean?
Oh, you'll never know because you deserve me.
Oh, impossible.
That too. You know, actually, Duke is doing us a big favor. He's going to be a great asset to HTI.
I'm glad you feel like that. Talking about favors.
Oh, now, Anna, don't tell me you didn't come over here just to give me a hug.
Oh, I'll give you a hug anytime you want. It's just that Greta Ingstrom called. She asked for the component back, and I said she could have it.
But what?
Well, I don't know whether it's just my instinct. It's just I'm bothered by the fact that the alarm went off during this alleged theft.
Anything else?
Yes, she's very uncooperative. And the police report.
All right, okay. What do you want from me?
I just thought perhaps you could use your magnanimous charm and find something out for me. Briscoe wasn't able to.
And you think I can come up with something?
If anyone can, yes, you can. You could say that my future is tied up with HTI now, so you could be doing something for me.
Briscoe must have played the hard-nosed cop, huh? I guess I'll have to do the opposite. By the way, did you tell him he's being replaced?
No, the idea came to me when he was out of the office, but I'll call him. He's going through such hell now with this investigation into Tanya's death. I don't want him to get the wrong idea. I'll call him.
I'll explain it to him.
Oh.
Detective Jones?
Yeah.
I'm Mark Carlin.
Hang on. Yeah. Listen, obviously Chief Devane isn't here, so I'm afraid you're going to have to wait.
Any idea when she'll be back?
Not a clue.
Look, I'm doing a feature article on the Port Charles Police Department. Mind if I interviewed you?
I think you better wait for the chief, all right?
Well, you're something of a celebrity yourself, aren't you, Detective Jones?
No.
Really? Such modesty. I believe you were influential in cracking the Asian waterfront case.
Look, I'm sorry, but I don't
Not to mention the,
I said I'm sorry. Now, I believe in cooperating with the press, but right now I'm on a top priority investigation. I don't have the time.
Well, I certainly sympathize with you, Detective Jones, but I will only take a minute of your time.
Let's go.
Actually, my article is on the mob.
What mob is that?
The mob activities here in Port Charles.
Oh, there is none. They're in prison.
Well, you put the last one there yourself, didn't you? The fellow who was on parole stole a car, you arrested him, and sent him up, didn't you?
What makes you think he was involved in the mob, Mr. Carlin?
Call it an educated guess. And considering the relatively minor crime this fella committed, to get sent back to the slammer, I mean, it doesn't take a lot of guesswork, does it?
What exactly are you getting at?
That he had a reason to go back to prison.
What reason would that be?
A mission? Might call it a contract. I also know that once the fella got back to prison, this Jonathan character, he didn't exactly see eye to eye with Duke Lavery.
I don't know anything about that.
You sure?
No, I told you. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened or what didn't happen. I got work to do.
Well, certainly, Detective. I'm glad to see you're very conscientious about not wasting the taxpayers' money.
You got that right.
Thanks for your time. Been very helpful. Very helpful.
Anna. So glad you're here. What's that?
Well, Briscoe has just decided to come on TV and make a personal appeal to anyone who might have seen the hit-and-run driver.
It's a great idea.
I think so, too. So I will see you at the TV station around 5? Okay?
All right.
Great. Bye. Gotcha.
Where have you been?
I went to see Sean. Dr. Ingstrom called me today. There's something I didn't understand. And I thought with his interest in HTI, he might be able to help.
So you're taking me off the case?
No. It's just that with Sean's position, he could probably get some more information.
Well, Anna, I mean, you could have at least discussed it with me first, don't you think? I mean, with everything that's been going on recently.
I want you to concentrate on Tanya's case.
What, do you want me out of the whole department? Is that it? Now, just say so.
No. Come on, Frisco. Why don't we just reserve judgment till after Sean's tried to find out? If he doesn't come up with anything, then we'll go from there. All right? Yeah. Okay, Sean. Well, you made a good start. Certainly. Tomorrow, then. Thank you. Bye. Sean went to see Greta.
Huh. You come up with anything?
Well, Greta was about to go for a drink with him when she cancelled. Apparently there was an appliance repairman that had a prior meeting.
Oh, I see. Well, that's too bad.
He's going to try again tomorrow, though.
Good. Listen, if he doesn't come up with anything, I'm more than willing to go on top of this case again. No hard feelings.
I know. I want you to concentrate on Tanya's case, please.
I can do both.
Yes.
Chief?
Yeah.
Nothing new on the hit-and-run case. I'm waiting for the late afternoon reports.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you keeping ahead of it.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that reporter wasn't making a pest of himself.
Mark Carlin.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I saw him earlier. I promised I'd give him an interview later.
You want me to call him in?
No. No. Tell him that I'm terribly sorry I can't see him today.
Right.
Thank you.
Listen, I appreciate you keeping your eyes open. Thank you.
Sure.
You don't think I should see this Mark Carlin man, do you?
If I were you, I wouldn't give that guy the time of day.
Why not?
He's using the story here at the police department as a cover.
A cover for what?
He wants to learn about the mob.
The mob? Are you sure?
Definitely. I talked to him while you were out.
What about the mob? What exactly does he want to know?
He's interested in Jonathan, his whole story, why he was sent to prison.
Oh, no.
I figured you didn't want to talk to him.
You figured right.
I remember how hard you came down on me when I mentioned Angus Mackay's suicide.
Which, of course, you didn't mention.
What, do you think I'm crazy? No. Listen, if I were you, I'd stay away from this guy.
Yeah.
I'm heading to the television station, all right?
Okay.
Here you are, Terry.
Those are the books?
Some of them, yeah.
Bookkeeping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, if you have any questions, you
Just one. Are you sure I can handle this job?
I'm positive.
I'm glad one of us is.
Any questions, just give me a call. I'll be at Sean's office.
Okay. Hi.
Mr. Lavery, I'm Mark Carlin. I'm writing an article on the Port Charles Police Department.
How does that concern me?
Well, take it easy. Chief Devane has agreed to cooperate.
Yeah, I still don't see where that
Well, I'd like to ask you some questions, if I could.
That depends.
Well, I'll get right to the point. You were in the state penitentiary?
Yeah.
I heard you had a run-in with an inmate there?
I'd hardly call that newsworthy, sir. You know, you get several hundred behind bars.
A particular inmate who got himself readmitted to that prison.
You hold on.
Well, there's been some talk of an old vendetta.
Who sent you here?
And the alleged coincidence of Angus Mackay's death shortly thereafter?
You get out of here. You get the hell out of here.
Was that really a suicide?
And even in respect for the dead. And you let him rest in peace. Get out.
I have no trouble with that at all. Obviously, you do. It'll be interesting to find out why.
Thank goodness you're here.
Well, I don't see that look in your face. I know I'm in trouble.
We might be in trouble.
What is it?
They started off so well. Wedding plans and your new job.
Well, that hasn't changed.
No, that hasn't changed.
So there's no trouble.
I wish it was that simple. Frisco was telling me about a newspaper reporter that was asking him questions about Jonathan.
A newspaper reporter. Mark Carlin.
Yes. Yes. Tell me I'm just overreacting, am I?
I wish I could. It's the same reporter.
Same as what?
He came to see me.
He did?
Yeah, he was asking me about Angus's death.
Why? Why? What on earth is he dredging all that up for? What's he after?
I have no idea.
What on earth could have prompted him to come after this?
It's pretty curious, isn't it? I don't know.
It's more than curious. Gives me a bad feeling.
What is this? Female intuition or police instinct?
Both.
Yeah, I thought as much.
When you asked me to, I dropped that investigation into Angus's death.
Yeah,
You said his death would have been in vain if I didn't.
that's right.
I still have no idea of the implications, but I realize that they must have been very serious if you asked me to do that. I thought I was doing what you wished. But now, I don't know with this reporter.
He has no right. He's absolutely no right. Now, do you think I would take it away from you and permit him to know?
No, I don't think you'd do that.
Now, whatever the smart Carlin is up to, then we are onto him. He's that dead end.
Yeah. Right.
He won't find anything out. You are.
Classified? Mark Carlin. Now listen to me. I know it's past classified's deadline. I don't give a damn. This is going in tomorrow's edition. Now here's how it goes. Source. Important, we meet tonight. 8 p.m. Same place. Must talk in order to continue our quest for the truth. Got it? Source?
Here.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Don't come any closer, though.
You saw my ad.
Yes. What information do you need now?
What do you know about a man named Jonathan Lawrence?
Jonathan Lawrence.
Yes?
He has nothing to do with this.
What do you mean?
Just what I said. He has nothing to do with the story that you're doing.
Hey, what gives here? You're holding back something.
No.
Hey, look, lady, I've been in this business long enough to know when somebody's holding back vital information on a story. Who are you, anyway?
I am a resident of Fort Charles who doesn't want to see the chief of police married to a former mob member.
We're talking Anna Devane, right?
Yes.
And Duke Lavery. And you're after a scandal.
No. No, that's not true.
I can do without the nobility. The good citizen angle.
You're very cynical.
I have to be. If I allow myself to be disappointed in the human race too often, I'll end up writing the lost and found column.
What I said about myself is true. I may have been wrong about one thing, though.
What's that?
When I referred to Duke Lavery as an ex-mobster. Is there such a thing?
Well, like you say, I'm cynical.
I just feel that the whole relationship compromises Anna Devane's position in this city and will lead to mistrust in the police. No more questions tonight, Mr. Carlin. I'm leaving, and don't move until I've gone.
Carlin, he won't just go away by himself. I think we have to discuss the problem. Maybe devise some kind of strategy.
What are we going to do?
Well, we can refuse to cooperate with his investigation. I mean, if he has no input, then there's no story.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to believe that.
Well, where else is he going to get the truth?
I'm trying to figure out why he's after it. I spent the entire night wondering who or what got him started on it. Oh, where did he get the idea that anything to do with your prison term would be worth reporting?
No, I have nothing further to add. I just was relieved to find your byline missing from this morning's paper.
Relieved? I thought you were the concerned citizen, outraged by police corruption. You should be dying for my articles to appear.
Well, I am. I just don't want you getting sidetracked.
Not a chance. I can smell this story, and it stinks. Just the way I like them.
Why didn't it appear in this morning's paper?
Well, after I got back late last night to the office and I started putting the facts down on paper, I realized that there was a lot more here than I'd bargained for.
What do you mean?
I'm convinced Jonathan is the key.
Jonathan is totally irrelevant here. What matters is Chief Devane's highly unorthodox behavior. Now focus on her. Don't just forget everybody else. You won't be sorry.
Yeah, well, I make it a habit to cover all bases on every story. You want me to let Jonathan slide? Convince me the man does not figure. I need facts, not just your word.
I know what I'm talking about.
And I know my job. Listen, the Grim Reaper approacheth.
What?
A copy boy, ready to devour my pages. If I don't feed him, he's liable to eat the desk. Listen, you want fireworks? Check the afternoon edition.
I'll do that.
Amelia?
Oh, Dr. Foster.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to startle you. Would you check on Corey Blythe? His chart indicated he had a pretty rocky night last night. See if you can do something to make him relax a little.
I'll try.
Okay. Appreciate that. Mm-hmm.
It's just that I love you, and I know you're trying very hard, and I know you love me. We just have to try to not let all of this affect us, all right? Oh. The phone will be the end of this. Excuse me. Hello.
Frisco, it's Anna. We may have a break on the hit and run.
You found a suspect?
Maybe.
Where?
A place called Fairhaven Motel on the outskirts of town. Captain Lewis just had a tip from a clerk there.
Did he spot the car?
It's possible. A guest registered at the motel drove up in a car that nearly fits our description.
Nearly? What the hell does that mean?
The plates are from out of town, and the number begins with an 8.
It's supposed to end with an 8, Anna.
I know, but one of the headlamps has been patched, and the bumper has been dented.
That's good enough for me.
Well, it's hardly really conclusive after yesterday's dead end.
Well, I don't care. I'll be right over. I gotta run, honey.
Where are you going?
Hopefully they didn't have a killer.
I'll see if I can get any more information.
All right, hurry back. I need you to help me brief Frisco.
I'll make it quick.
You off to Sean's?
Yeah, eventually.
What does that mean? Where are you going first? You're not to have a showdown with that Mark Carlin. We can't afford to make him angry. He'll just get into this deeper.
Relax. I won't see Mark Carlin. I won't see anyone at the newspaper, okay?
What are you up to?
You know, there is one other person involved in this mess. She could be hurt by an expose, too. As much as you. I'm gonna go talk to her.
We've also got a description of the clothing the man was last seen wearing.
What are we waiting for? Let's roll. You back me up?
No, not this time. I gotta follow another lead.
What's that?
Well, this morning the clerk said when the man was leaving, he asked me how long he was gonna stay around. Guy claimed he's gonna stick around because he has a friend in the hospital.
Which hospital?
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna check out General and have somebody else check out Mercy and the other.
Okay, well, you get yourself someone good.
Yep.
Frisco, get yourself a backup too, please.
I'll see what I can do.
No, don't you attempt to take this on solo. All right? Good luck, gentlemen. If we can put a lock on this case, maybe we'll all get a good night's sleep.
Right, Frisco. Stay in touch.
Oh, I'll do better than that. I'm gonna bring a killer back on a silver platter.
You're wasting your time at the hospital.
I could give him a call if you like at home.
No, that's okay. Don't bother. I'll come back. Thanks.
Okay.
Excuse me, is someone here for me?
Hiya.
Duke,
You got a minute?
what do you want?
We need to talk.
Now?
Yeah, it's very important.
Well, they need me back at the ward.
This won't take long. It concerns your welfare, as well as mine and Anna's. Up to you.
So, what's this about my welfare?
Have you talked to any reporters lately?
Reporters?
Yeah, one in particular. Mark Carlin's his name.
No. I mean, I don't know the man.
Well, good. I'm trying to keep it that way.
Why? What's going on?
I'm not too sure at the moment. He's been asking questions. First of all, he collared Frisco, and then he came after me.
What kind of questions?
He's very interested in my stay in prison. He's also a little concerned about what he considers to be Angus Mackay's curious suicide.
He doesn't believe it?
I'm not too sure what he believes, but there's no telling what he might dig up. Now, neither Anna nor I can figure out how he came after me in the first place.
You're not accusing me.
Of course not. You've as much to lose as Anna.
I do?
Yeah, my only concern is keeping you both safe. No matter what our true relationship is, I did promise Angus I'd protect you, and I'm not about to break my word to my father.
Is that what you were talking about when you said you didn't want Angus to have died in vain?
I don't want you to concern yourself with that at this point, okay?
No, I want to know. Is all this connected with what happened 4 years ago? I mean, all the events that I blocked from my memory?
Just watch out for Mark Carlin, Camellia, okay? If he should come up to you and ask you questions, don't answer him. Keep your mouth shut, not one word, okay? You don't know what's at stake here.
Then tell me.
I can't go into details, okay?
Well, how am I supposed to reveal this horrible secret if I don't know what it is?
You could let slip enough, and then Carlin could dredge up the rest. Now, that would be catastrophic, all right? Keep your mouth shut, not one word, all right? You can only harm yourself, Camellia, and Anna, too.
I don't know how Tanya managed, and she worked, too.
Well, what you do at home is work as well, believe me.
Well, it certainly worn me out. Thank goodness Barbara Jean's babysitter showed up. Tony gave me a reprieve, but I feel too guilty to enjoy myself.
Oh, come on, you shouldn't feel guilty.
No, I can't help myself. I want to help Tony in every way that I can.
Not at the expense of your own marriage, there.
Have you been listening in at our keyhole?
No. I just know how difficult relationships are, even under the best circumstances. And you and Frisco certainly took a rocky path to your wedding.
Well, that's putting it mildly.
At least you got there. Which is more than I can say for some. Look, now you're husband and wife. You mustn't let anything come between you. Really. You must let your happiness be your priority.
Well, I don't think Frisco and I have lost sight of ourselves through all of this. Not critically, anyway. Because whenever we fight, we always make up. Right now, our main priority is Tony. I just hope he can make it through all this grief.
Yeah. It'll help once we find Tanya's killer. And with Frisco and Captain Lewis and half the police force looking for him, it shouldn't be long.
Tony doesn't talk about it very much. But with all this hanging over his head, it doesn't help matters any.
He'll feel better once we get the coward that killed his wife behind bars.
Done. Sorry to cut it so close, Ray.
Don't apologize, Carlin. I'd hold the presses forever for this story. I can't wait till it hits the streets. We'll shake Port Charles to the rafters.
And bring the police department tumbling down.
I want to know the minute you're after the suspect, okay?
You'll be the first to know.
Right. Be careful, Frisco. Yeah, come in.
Good luck. I was wondering when you get back.
Were you worried?
Well, yeah, you were just so vague when you left.
I went to see Camellia.
I thought so. You want to talk about it?
Camelia's the only other person I know what really happened in prison. She was there with us when Angus took the poison.
You went there to remind her of that?
No, I went there to warn her.
Oh, about Mark Carlin.
Yeah, well, I'm sure Carlin's going to try to interview her, and I think it's better if she's prepared. I mean, Camellia, she's not as strong as we are.
There's more to it than that. Yes, you want to protect her against a prying reporter, but there could be something worse, couldn't there?
Yeah, well, it's true. I mean, Camelia's welfare is very, very important to me. Certain facts would have come to light now.
Yeah. About the real relationship between Angus and Jonathan. Oh, that whole incident. You were so against me investigating it. I know it has something to do with the secret of Lorleanne, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I beg you, please, don't.
No. I'm not going to ask you any more questions. I promised you that. I won't go back on my word.
Thank you. In return, I promise you I'm going to protect you. The whole world can fall down, and I'll make sure no harm comes to you. You have my word on that.
Sam, Frisco nailed the suspect.
Do you think he's your man?
Frisco's convinced that he is.
Yeah, well, Frisco's hardly objective under the present circumstances.
Yeah, I know his family's involved, but he's a good cop and I trust him.
Oh, I do too.
And from the motel clerk's description of this man, I think he could be the hit-and-run driver.
Well, I hope so. For everyone's sake.
Yeah. Let's get this tragedy behind us. We can get on with our lives. Come in.
Mail call, Chief. The Afternoon Herald's here, too.
Thank you.
Oh, Bill. Bill.
Oh.
Dear God.
What?
This. Upper left. Corruption has seeped to the very top of the Port Charles Police Department once before in recent history. Former co-police chief Bert Ramsey was the notorious Mr. B kingpin of a criminal syndicate attempting to take over Port Charles and extort millions from its unsuspecting citizens.
Yeah? That's yesterday's news. Why are they printing that?
Curiously enough, or perhaps not so curiously, in light of recent developments, Ramsey's co-chief at the time, Anna Devane, is now the sole head of the department.
Yeah? What's he implying? So what, I'm the sole head of the department?
Are we to believe Chief Devane knew nothing about what Ramsey and his mob buddies were
I
plotting?
didn't know anything about that. Of course not.
If so, surely the best that can be said for Devane is she's monumentally incompetent.
What?
If you can't clean up your own backyard, how can you possibly police an entire city? Or does our latest chief, like our ex-partner, prefer the department just the way it is?
He's calling me incompetent. He's calling me crooked.
Who knew what, when, is a question relevant not only to national agencies, but local ones as well. This series will attempt to answer it about our police force with some shocking revelations, not all of which are safely buried in the past.
How do they print that trash? I never understand it.
And tell that to the thousands of people that are going to buy it and read it.
Mark Carlin. Why is he out to get me?
Why? And just how far does he intend to go?
Suppose there's any point in asking what the charges are.
You killed a pedestrian.
You must be drinking.
You ran a woman over with your car and you kept right on going.
This is ridiculous.
Didn't even have the guts to stop to see if you could help. What kind of man are you, huh?
The kind that gets hounded by cops for no reason.
Well, you haven't seen anything yet, buddy.
Yeah, well, I don't have to say a word.
He's stalling, Captain. 5 minutes alone is all I need, and I promise...
Any time, but only on neutral grounds. I'm not about to let you get me in the back with a couple of your goons for a little interrogation.
Now listen, you're going to answer the questions one way or the other. Do you want to call your lawyer first?
Yeah, Absolutely. I think I need all the help I can get.
I don't think you can hide behind technicalities. I'll write new laws if I have to nail you.
Get the hell out of my face, cop.
You better get used to it, pal. Because I'm going to be up day and night until they lock you away. I might even start right now, you know that?
Frisco! You're helping the man to a seat.
Yes, he was about to call his lawyer.
Go ahead. Move. What's going on here? Thank you very much.
Yeah, this is David Hunter. Let me speak to Purvis. Well, get him off the other line. This is an emergency. I've been arrested. Yeah, here in Port Charles. Local cops here are giving me a hard time. Of course it's a trumped-up charge. But these guys, one in particular, they look like they're going to do whatever they have to do to make it stick. I wouldn't put anything past this detective. Yeah, I'll hold.
What's the problem?
Frisco just brought in the hit-and-run suspect.
Good work.
The only problem is, Frisco's a little bit too eager to make him confess. Back off, Frisco. I mean it. If this man's guilty, then we will prove it, but I don't want you to jeopardize his case by overreacting. Do you understand?
My lawyer's on his way, and I'm not saying a word until he gets here.
Thank you very much. Please take him away.
Same.
Smarter.
I'll see you again.
Frisco. Leave it out.
I gotta get going. Would you like another one of Carlin's precious little gems?
What is it now?
Lavery's dubious heroics in supposedly risking his life to expose the mob were rewarded by a far too gullible judge who barely slapped him on the wrist. Lavery was given a ridiculously short prison sentence. Why? Was it because he was a friend in high places? Like at the top of the PCPD?
Whatever happened to responsible journalism?
Oh, come on, this man does not write with a point. And he writes with a bazooka. Oh, it does get worse. You want to read it?
I can't believe this is happening.
Well, read it for yourself. I gotta go.
Where are you going? Don't go after Carlin.
I wouldn't dare. Because I would strangle him.
The last thing we need to do now is upset him.
Okay. I'll see you in a while. And now, by the way, I would handle that suspect with kid gloves if I were you. The last thing your department needs right now is any more bad publicity.
March 17th, the afternoon. Where were you?
White Oaks.
That's a small community just outside Port Charles, about 5.
I know where it is, thank you.
Just trying to be helpful.
What were you doing there?
Selling lingerie. He says one word and you sue him for everything he's got.
My client is a salesman.
I just thought maybe he was modeling the merchandise.
I don't have to take that.
You take one step towards that door and I'll have another thing to charge you on.
Frisco. Please, would you sit down, Mr. Hunter? And just relax, all right? So you sell lingerie.
That's a living.
Where do you work?
Bartels.
How do we know that?
Why don't you prove I don't?
The sooner we can prove you're innocent, the sooner we will let you go. Believe me.
All right, call the store. Ask for the general manager. His name is George Thomas.
No, David, you don't want him to.
Don't want us to what?
You don't want him to get bogged down in irrelevant details.
Story of my life. Detective Jones, get me a store called Bartels. Yes, good afternoon. I hope so. This is Detective Frisco Jones at Port Charles Police Department. I need to speak to a Mr. Thomas, please. Mm-hmm. I see. Do you have a number for him? It's important. No, ma'am, I'm not selling tickets. Have him call me, will you? Tell him one of his salesmen urgently needs help with his pitch. We'll be here. Thank you. Thomas is out for the afternoon. She'll try to reach him.
I know what I'm doing.
I certainly hope so.
Well, I don't think there's any reason to continue with this until we've checked your alibi. So once we've spoken to Mr. Thomas, we'll carry on. Thank you. Would you please take him out of here?
Sure, let's go.
Okay, I'll give you half an hour.
You'll give us a half an hour?
That's right. If you haven't heard from Thomas by then, my client and I will decide how we wish to proceed.
Well, great idea. I hope you finally come up with a plan that you both can agree on.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Thomas. Thank you for your time. Hunter's alibi doesn't check out. Book him.
Yes, ma'am. This is Detective Jones. Have Wells bring the suspect back into the squad room. Thank you.
I just spoke to Mr. Thomas on the phone from White Oaks.
Uh-huh.
He can't verify the whereabouts of your client for the afternoon in question.
Looks like you were right after all, huh, Counselor? What's plan B?
Let me talk to him for a minute.
You think Purvis is trying to get him to cop a plea?
If so, Hunter doesn't look like he's taking any of it.
Look, I'm off the case. I'll see about getting him another lawyer, okay?
Yeah.
Hunter wants to talk.
Great. Bring him in.
You got it.
Hello?
Wants to make a statement.
I'll be right in.
I just sent Sam after him. He should be in a few minutes.
All right. Right. Do you want a lawyer?
I don't need one.
I don't see why you would if you're confessing.
Confessing? I can prove I didn't run over that woman.
What are you talking about?
That's right. I can prove that I was in White Oaks on the afternoon of March 17th.
How?
I got a parking ticket that day.
Oh.
Why didn't you say anything before, Mr. Hunter?
I wasn't alone. And I was afraid that if I mentioned it, you'd drag the other person in.
So what?
The other person's female, right? And if you're not married, she is. That's why you didn't want anybody to know you were together.
But we don't need to get into all of this.
Listen, I don't give a damn what you got going on the side, fella. I want to see a parking ticket right now.
I don't have it.
Well, how convenient.
I gave it to the other person. She was going to pay it. Probably already did.
Well, at least we've established the gender of the other person.
Well, that doesn't mean I was doing anything wrong.
Adultery isn't a crime. Hit and run is. What's this other person's name?
I told you I don't want to get her involved.
You want to go to jail for manslaughter, mister?
Can't you verify this ticket some other way? Do anything about anybody?
I could call the traffic court in White Oaks.
Then do it.
Of course, it doesn't open till morning.
You mean I have to spend the night here? Could I post bail?
You could go to night court.
Whatever it takes.
Of course, you have to understand that it is standard procedure for the prosecutor to ask for a high bail and for the full amount to be posted.
Which means unless you have a small fortune, you're going to have to wait until the bank's open.
In the morning? You're really enjoying this, aren't you?
You think I'm happy now? Better take a look at me after the judge pronounces you guilty.
You cops are all alike. You slap the cuffs on anybody you please. And then you throw them into your filthy cell with all sorts of sleazy characters. And then you leave them there to rot. While you take your ever-loving sweet time proving that they were innocent.
Wait, are you going to produce this parking ticket or are you going to spend the night here with us? I want an answer.
Look,
Get this man out of here.
Ginger,
Hello, David. What, is this the other person, I presume?
I told you to keep her out of here.
This is Ginger Reed. She's a buyer for Bartels.
And also Mr. Hunter's passenger on the afternoon of March 17th.
He, told you about that?
More or less. Were you his passenger that afternoon when he got the parking ticket? And he didn't want you to come forward because you're married, right?
Yes. My husband wouldn't understand, you know. If he ever found out I was seeing David, I don't suppose there's any chance of keeping this out of the papers.
I wanted Ginger to come down here all along, but Sir Galahad wouldn't hear of it. So when it was apparent that things were getting a little rough for him, I decided to take it upon myself to persuade her to cooperate.
I did not need your help. These cops don't have a thing on me.
Well, they certainly don't now, do they? I assume that my client is free to go.
Like
No,
Kelly is.
absolutely not. Not until we have some concrete evidence. I'm not about to let a manslaughter suspect walk out of here just because of some uncorroborated statement.
Well, is this concrete enough?
It's a parking ticket.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Ginger hadn't paid it yet.
It's legitimate. It's made out to his car.
I don't believe this.
Time and the place here. Time and the date. He's illegally parked in a red zone in White Oaks when Tanya was hit. I'm sorry, Frisco. Your client is free to go.
Let him go altogether?
Yes. You heard what the man said. We don't have enough to hold him. He couldn't possibly have committed this hit and run. His times are wrong.
Like I've maintained all along. Let's get out of here. Oh, apology accepted, Hotshot. Only the next time you want to play Sherlock Holmes, you let the big boys make the arrest. I'll see you in the morning.
Frisco, wait. Listen. I know it's no consolation, but I understand how you feel. However, look, that doesn't excuse you going off the deep end. Now, if you can't keep your head on this one and pursue the investigation objectively, I have to get someone who can.
I'm sorry. Won't happen again.
Get some rest. We'll start again tomorrow at square one, all right?